could take over the world right overnight. So close your eyes, start another life. We could set it all on fire, watch it burning bright. Where we are, where we've been, it's incredible. Falling stars never dim, never die. Into the beautiful nothing, into the great in between, into the edge of the world, the greatest thing ever seen. We'll be the beautiful
Welcome to Royalty Series EU Premier Final Bracket Qualifier. I'm Split FC. Joining me here is Etch a Sketch. We're here with the Premier Division of EU VV3s. The regular season over. Forget about it. Now it's the playoffs, and this is where it gets real. Best of sevens, tactical timeouts, and a whole lot more teams getting eliminated. And you know me, I love elimination. I love to see teams cry. No, I'm joking. I love to see teams succeed here in elimination. So we're in the Final Bracket Qualifier here. It's a sketch, and it's pretty simple. Some teams have already booked their spot into the final bracket. Most teams have not, and there's still half the spots to go here for Premier. There's going to be 16 teams in the final brackets. 8 teams have guaranteed their spots. Those are the 8 best performing teams from the division. Other than that, we have 16 teams here. 8 go through. If you think about it, that's half of these teams. And you know what format really works well with half? It's Swiss bracket here. So Etch a Sketch, it's Swiss here today. Win twice, you're through to the final bracket. Lose twice, goodbye to your season. No one will ever remember you.
Swiss bracket, man. Oh, I know too much about it. I've seen it happen, and, well, in Swiss, if you don't get out to a good start, it is so hard to battle back through and keep that mentality high. So I'm hoping to see some teams lock it in, especially if they go down in that first round and go to that 0-1 bracket. I want to see some teams lock it in. I want to see some Cinderella stories. Am I right?
Yeah, I do too, and there will definitely be a good amount of them. Swiss is such a good format for Cinderella stories. I always mention how in playoffs, your record really doesn't matter. That's very true in Swiss. Your record only really helps you in round 1, and that is getting decent seeding. But there's really no such thing as decent seeding. I'll show you what our brackets look like here. And this is EU Premier. This is what our bracket looks like right now here as well. This is Group A. Again, as I mentioned, Premier has 16 teams. This is half of them as well. So there are a lot of teams battling here. 8 teams here, and if we go to Group B, well, there'll be 8 more teams here. So, again, lots of teams fighting for their spots, lots of teams battling. I think I actually have the same 8 teams listed. One moment. I do. I have the wrong bracket listed. You know, thank you to production me. I somehow have the Group A for both of them. Let's fix that real quick so that you can see everybody that's playing. This is a little bit more like this. As soon as I get it on screen, this is Group B. Gotta love nothing more than a sketchy production that wasn't set up properly. We're here. This is Group B and what it looks like here. So, as I said, 16 teams, 8 of them will go through. Of course, not the only ones battling through. Every division here in EU has some sort of battle here as well. It's EU Ascendant and EU Premier playing. Contender, Contender and Pinnacle have already guaranteed their final bracket, but for these teams, they still have a chance to make it. And that's one of the nice things about this season and its format. You still have second chances. You don't just get kicked out if you don't make it to the top division. There's a lot more teams in playoffs, meaning there's a lot more teams that can make it to the final bracket. If your regular season didn't go well here at your sketch, you still have a chance to prove yourself. And we've seen so many teams do it in the 2v2 division in the final bracket already. Reminder, 2v2 didn't really have much for Swiss states. They did. It was very short, and we didn't stream it. And yet we see some of those teams out of Swiss do well. So even if you had a bad regular season, you're still not out of this thing. You still have a great chance to move through. And Etch a Sketch, for a lot of these teams, sometimes that's all you need.
Sometimes that's all you need. And especially in the Swiss best of 7, right? You have a lot of opportunities. You have all of the opportunities that you should hopefully need to qualify through. Sporty, I'm gonna ask you. So yeah. I'm not a huge Royalty Series guy. That's not my area of expertise.
Well, you're here with the World Series director, so I'll know, probably.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm ready to have a good time. But Sporty, what is, in your opinion, the best matchup in Group A and Group B for that round 1?
Oh, we've got it on our stream already, so we've got it right here. Jeff Cloud Revolution takes on 86 Overdrive. There's a lot of good matches, to be fair. And there's also a lot of streams going through. So, of course, I like this match. We've got a 4-3 team versus a 3-4 team. Record-wise, they're very similar. But really, every match in Swiss is going to be fun. Even with mismatching records, we've seen upsets. I mean, we just had an upset literally like a few days ago on our stream. We're a 2-5 team, one against a a 4-3 team in the final bracket to stay alive. So and that was in the final bracket as well. That wasn't even in Swiss. That was in final bracket as well. But this is a good match. But guys, there's also a lot of other streams happening. So before we talk about our upcoming matchup here, let's talk about who's going to be live today. 5 streams. All 5 streams for all 5 rounds. Of course, we're here for EU, but so is Krusty Cow, so is Zach Vexel, Royalty is here, and Rough Beast is here. All 5 of them are live and streaming matches today. So in terms of what Swiss has to offer, you've got 5 people streaming and a whole lot of matches being played off stream as well. We don't have nearly enough people to cover the action, but we do have enough people to cover a lot of the good action here. So go watch all of their streams. They're still here. They're still enjoying things, and they're still looking to, again, looking for the best action. So while we wait for our first matchup here again, Def Club Revolution 86 Overdrive to begin, I do want to let you know as well, this is all best of 7s. I know for people on chat, they're a little bit new to that because EU hasn't seen best of 7s yet, at least in 3v3. This is about the best of 7s begin. It's playoffs, best of 7s, longer matchups, tactical timeouts are in play as well. I talked at length about how useful tactical timeout can be in a series, but best of 7s themselves are a huge factor in matches like these, and that's the bigger change for these players, is that it's a longer series, you have more time to play, you also have more time to adapt, and oftentimes in these longer matches, it's not about the best team that wins, it's about the best team to adapt to win. So, I mean, you're a competitor. You've gotten to see a lot of teams playing best 7s. I mean, you're next to esports. They've got a lot of teams over there. Best of 7s are a huge adjustment. Talk to me about that adjustment from best of 5s, where you need to get off to a good start, to best of 7s, where a good start often is indicative of how the rest of the series plays out.
I mean, in a best of 7, right? That's 7 games. You guys know you can count. It also says it in the name. But a best of 7 is completely different from a best of 5. In a best of 7, you have so many chances to battle back and fight your way through that series. And I mean, I've seen some crazy upsets out of a best of 7, right? I mean, that's typically where, in my opinion, you see more of those reverse sweeps. Even though best of 5 is a much shorter series, still in a best of 7, you can battle back through and then get your momentum going, you know, in that 4th, 5th game, and then fight your way back through and win it 4-3, you know?
Yeah.
And then also the tactical timeouts. I want to point on those. Little fun fact for you. 70% of tactical timeouts end up with your team, or the team whoever called the tactical timeout, winning that next game. So it is a big staple here in this best of 7 series. You have to be using those well, and you got to know how to use them, right?
If I'm not wrong, it's an RLCS. That's RLCS teams,
yes,
right?
RLCS
teams. Now the difference, obviously, is that these teams are not RLCS teams. They're not used to tactical timeouts. It's still a relatively new thing for leagues, even though it's been around for at least a little bit. The first league I can think of that started this was ATS, which, yes, was the league I ran. But since then, World Series adopted it. They adopted it like just this. Basically, they had it last season, but they've adopted the RLCS and ATS type rules this season. So tactical timeouts are a little different. It used to be 30 seconds. Now it's an extra minute, and it works like how RLCS and ATS did it, where you have 2 minutes in between games. So you have more times. This is a little bit more useful. But yeah, again, you're just starting to see leagues really adopt it. I mean, like Splash Series has had it, but they've had it for, actually, they probably had it longer than ATS has as well. Actually, they've had it before ATS, so they've had it, but like Cross Progression League just starting to use it for Splash Series. They've started to really emphasize it as well. You're seeing more teams use it. It's still relatively new. For a lot of these teams, it's still very new, because most leagues don't do this. I feel like this is something that, like draft leagues, for instance, they don't do this that often. I can't think of many draft leagues that use timeouts, but these leagues do, and it's a thing that's still a lot of new to these players, even if it's been around for some of these leagues a while, as well as we'll get things going in just a moment here. But again, timeouts so huge for these teams. You said it, timeouts typically work if you are able to use them. I think a lot of times at this rank level, you see people use it too late, or without really any experience of how to use a timeout, of how to be in a timeout. So the question that I'm going to ask is not really using a timeout, because we've seen a lot of teams succeed not using them because they know they don't know how to use them. It's, if you are going to use them, do you know how to use one? Because I've seen so many teams use them and not use them well. You either use it too late, where you're already behind, you need a really big comeback that just isn't possible, or you don't use it properly. You don't talk to your players, and you don't, use it as a time to de-stress and to relax. Instead, you use it as a time. Oftentimes, people use it to strategize. I actually think it's best if you use the opposite way. Teams that are best at it typically do it just to leave and walk away, and just talk to each other. I don't know if you've got that, but that seems like that's the meta now for timeouts. It's just to use it to get away from the game and relax, rather than do the opposite. I see so many teams do the opposite, and it just doesn't work. You're on an organization. You know a lot of these teams that have used. I mean, Next New themselves as an organization, their team has been very far in RLCS. I feel like that's the meta we're seeing now. Is that teams that know how to use these things are not using them to strategize. They're just using them to reset.
The mental reset. That is what a timeout has become nowadays. You use your timeout, you got your 2 minutes, take a mental reset, calm down, don't break down the game, don't really look at anything, because at that point you're not going to be able to get a good mental reset in, right? You're still nitpicking everything in the game, if you will. But tactical timeouts have been so useful in the RLCS scene. I mean, it's mind blowing just how crazy or how different a team can play after a single minute timeout. It's unreal to see. But typically a good rule of thumb that I have seen that I've kind of caught on the RLCS is like if you lose 2 games in a row, that's typically when you pop the timeout, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're up in the series, you just want to kill all the momentum from your other team, take your mental reset, and then you're back in an even playing ground, right? But that's typically how I've seen it used.
Yeah, I often see it when a team loses twice, or if they lose really badly, is
Yeah.
typically the rule I see. Or if they lose really, really badly. I've seen teams use it after game 1. That's rare, but sometimes teams will do it if they lose badly. Typically, it takes about 2 games for a team to adapt. So, the reason why a lot of teams don't use after game 1 is because you can adapt after game 1. We see a lot of teams do it, to where they don't need to use that timeout as well. But, we are moments away from getting things going here. Death Cloud Revolution 86 Overdrive. Let's talk about this upcoming series here, since I have been told it is going to run in just a few minutes here. Apologies for the delays. We had some slight technical issues. I think one of the rosters were not fully set up, but they should be here in about a moment or two. But while we wait, Death Cloud Revolution 86 Overdrive. Not only are these 2 pretty big organizations for EU, Death Cloud Esports and 86 Esports, both orgs that have been around for a while and have been enrolled as well with numerous teams. Their records, also I have something to say, is about 4-3, 3-4. Very similar records, but the big thing here, not great records. These are not teams that have guaranteed spots. These are not top tier. These are not like the top teams. These are teams that are in the middle of everything. If you're in the middle of everything, unlike the high C teams, the low C teams, you really need to prove yourself because there are a lot of teams fighting in that spot as well.
Yeah, and I mean that's the hardest thing in a Swiss series, right? If you go in and maybe the other team looks a little too strong for you, that's the hardest thing to do. It's kind of overcome that, get through the Swiss bracket. All right, you have 2 games minimum. You have 2 games. You just got to be able to use them, right? You got to be able to get in the right mind space. You got to fight through and make it through the Swiss bracket, but. I'm really happy you guys went with a Swiss bracket instead of like
I love
a
Swiss.
single elimination. Yeah,
So,
Swiss is amazing.
It's probably my favorite format. Because it literally, in my opinion, it's the format that is most reliant on your skill today.
Yep.
I know a lot of teams don't like that because if you're a better team overall, you want to have the better positioning, you want to have the better situation. Swiss doesn't really favor those teams. It favors the teams who are just better on the days. So being able to play today matters. Also, what matters? Momentum. Unlike most days, you've got multiple matches today. You're playing at least 2 matches, and there's a good chance you're playing 3 of them. You have a lot of matches to play. You have to play one round right after the other. These are hourly rounds, so you're going to have a long day ahead of you, meaning you cannot delay in any of these rounds. You don't have a day or a week to say, well, we kind of didn't play well there, we can try again next time. You don't really have that. You have maybe a few minutes to do that. So at most maybe 20 minutes to do that. For these teams, it's going to be even shorter than that because they're starting a bit late. You don't have a lot of time to adapt. So now more than ever, those team leaders need to shine. And you need those team leaders here. We often talk about an in-game leader. Regular season, they matter. But playoffs, they matter more because you're playing one match right after the other. And the thing is, once this round is over, if you're in that final bracket, we go back to weekly matches for a little bit before the final bracket happens. So in the final bracket, you can kind of go back to what you wanted to do in the regular season. For here, though, you've only got today to prove yourself. Those in-game leaders need to shine. I mean, you know how important in-game leader is, but more importantly now. Most of these teams are going to suffer a loss today. Most of these teams are not going to exactly going to have perfect days. In fact, I can't think of any team that would have a perfect day, but some teams might. Simply put, you're going to have some hardships. That's where the in-game leader shines, and especially in playoffs where there's more pressure, you need your in-game leader to be there. If they're quiet, teams are going to fall apart, and you will watch it on the field fall apart. These teams need an in-game leader, not really necessarily in play. We're not going to really be able to tell. I can't tell who the in-game leader is because you don't typically see them playing necessarily as an in-game leader. But in the comms, that's what matters. And we're not going to talk about it a lot here at Just Sketch because, again, we can't really talk about what the players are saying to each other unless we actually go into the comms, and we're not going to do that. But that matters, having an in-game leader. Every team that does well in the playoffs kind of needs one or two of them. So these teams need an in-game leader. They need someone to be that step up. We aren't going to know who it is, necessarily, but these teams will, and the teams that succeed are likely going to need that leader to shine today, because most teams are going to have a tough time, and when you have a tough time, you need someone there as that backbone that can carry the team through. Today's the day where in-game leaders are really going to be the win or lose for a lot of matches.
Couldn't agree anymore. Though it's funny knowing that there's an in-game leader on the pitch, right? But then you look at like an Overwatch comp, which is a 5v5. You know who the IGL is. You know who's calling the shots. I don't know. I love to see that, how Rocket League is so balanced. It doesn't matter who the in-game leader is. Everybody is going to be playing on that same level, right? Making those comms, calling the passes, calling the demos, doing what you got to do. But I'm so ready for this game.
Yeah, it is. We've got a lot of matches today. And by the way, this is not the only match we have today. We've got a whole set of NA Swiss bracket matches later as well. So we're going to be live for that on this channel. NA Premier 3v3 will also be here. So we've got some good matches for that. Our round 1 match has already been decided for that one. Later today, it will be, if I pull it up here, it's going to be Gothic Gamer Girls and Team Sin Esports. What a great NA. Name. Yeah, what a great team. Gothic Gamer Girls is actually one of the top teams as well in NA. So they're looking pretty good in Premier. Too. But Team Sin Esports at work that actually has won before as well. I remember when they won. That was a huge deal for that organization. They're not huge, but they're here. They're ready to play. We'll obviously see them later tonight. 7 p.m. Eastern time is the start time for that Swiss bracket. So looking forward to it. But we're moments away. I have been told by one of the teams they're joining. So while we quickly get them in the lobby here to sketch, anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to add to this bracket? How important it is for these teams? And really, what is the keys to victory? I think, like I said, a lot about what I know can work, but you know a lot of competitive action. What works well in this situation? If you're on one of these teams, what would you lean on?
Look, this is game 1. All right, this is game 1 of your first series. You go out there, you play the best Rocket League you can. You don't care what the other team's doing. Second game, that's when adaptation rolls in. And I think this series will get a lot better in game 2, game 3. But the easiest thing that I can say is adapt well. Focus on how the other team is playing and adapt well. But we'll see how it goes, Sporty. Are you ready for this?
Oh, you better believe it. Swiss bracket is here. This is playoffs. EU Premier 3v3. 3 words. And a lot to go behind it. It's Death Cloud Revolution, an 86 Overdrive reminder. 2 wins, you're into the top 8, or actually top 16. 2 losses, and you can say goodbye to everything that came before tonight. Death Cloud on the blue, 86 on the orange, and here we go. Things got off, and as a reminder, this is GC2, GC3 Rocket League, so expect fast, high-playing play, expect a lot of pressure, expect a lot of mistakes, and as I said before, expect players to shine. A lot of teams that don't do well in the regular season do well in playoffs because they can handle the pressure. Today we ask the question of, who are those teams? We're going to find out in only a few hours.
Pressure makes diamonds, and if you can play well here, you will have a chance in the top 16. And I'm ready to see how it goes, but 1 minute in and nothing so far. We almost saw one out of, I believe it was a Death Cloud Revolution, but unfortunately it was still saved out. Now this touch going high. Find one, trying to fend this one off. Not really much of a threat coming out here from 86 Overdrive, though. Death Cloud Revolution just gonna poke it back to that orange half and play their patient game here.
Yeah, part of the delays that we had coming into this round was the fact these teams didn't have a lot of time to prepare. They were only just barely getting things set up and finishing up their warm-up, so a lot of teams still getting used to each other, but an open net! Zemstall in the net, and it's 86 Esports off to a start.
I mean, what more can you ask for here? That's a beautiful pass over one. Bang that shot. That's going to be good. Bottom left. Well done. And a 1-0 from 86 Overdrive here. And, they're starting it off hot. Just a minute and a half in. The kickoff goal. That makes it 2-0 for 86 Overdrive. 3:33 left on the clock. And, wow. What a start.
Things just get better and better for 86 Esports. You said it right off the kickoff here. And that's how a lot of these goals are going to go in. They're not going to be pretty. If you wanted to see pretty goals, you're in the wrong place. It's playoffs. The goals that are going to count are going to be the scrappy ones here. You know this all too well. In playoffs, as a player, you don't care how the goals go in. You just need to make sure you get those goals. In EU, especially, if you've ever seen Europe play, you know this region, not really one for pretty goals. Much more of a scrappy game where you put players under pressure and you sort of break your opponents through your rotations. You're going to see that happen a lot here. And so if you're here for pretty goals, you're not going to get them. But what you are going to see is at least the goals that I think are even more impressive, the hard-fought goals, the well-fought goals, the goals that, you know, really appreciate the kind of effort that these players have, the heart that they have in matches like these. Those are the goals that you're going to see today, and those are the goals that are going to get teams further.
Gosh, another opportunity there for Death Cloud. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to find it. This could be something here for 86 Overdrive on the counterattack, but no, it will not. This one's going to go to the back wall. Maybe a shot opportunity, but that one cleared away to the sidewall quite quickly. That one's just going to float down. A little bit awkward. No boost for the blue side here. Will Kins be able to find one? Does get it over, but the bang downfield will bring out. And most pressure stopped there for 86 once again.
Yeah, offense still continuing, but you said a Death Cloud Evolution. They haven't had many chances this game, but they've had a couple good looks. They have not been able to capitalize yet. Here goes Kens again. Will be cleared back by Levico. Squid's waiting down the field, and Zemstall's going to get in the way. Back pass to Kex, taken out by Squid. Up goes El Moody. Back in by Ken. Zemstall's got room. No shot there. 86 looking for one more goal to settle this game and settle the score here in Manfield Knight. Kems again. Infield. It's Zemstall. It's for 3. And it's off the post and in the net. 86 Esports fly high.
3-0. What a lead for 86 Overdrive, man. They've started off hot, and they will continue here. Just 2 minutes left on the clock, and a 3-0 lead. This one will hurt you if you are Death Cloud Revolution. You want to find at least one, and here they are! The pass from El Moody, down to 11. Here they go. They find their first in game number 1.
Maybe you'll call him El Moudini, the magician, at some point. It's 1 goal already for Death Cloud, and a little bit of a weird one at that, falling in, crashing into that pass, but as I said, not pretty, just effective. You get the goal that you can. First goal of the night for Death Cloud Revolution, and they're still not done. They're looking for more, albeit they're looking at their own net right now. Challenge in from Kex. Will be Zemstall at the back wall. Kex again. Double commit for 86 Overdrive. Back in field by Levico. Kems, right to El Moody, read that perfectly, and is that in the net? No, and he's hit it above the bar. An open chance for El Moody, the magician, couldn't find the goal.
That's one that you need to take. As you said, you don't care how the ball goes in the net, you just want it in the net. And right there is a prime example. Don't care how it goes in, you just want it in. Unfortunately, can't find it now. 86, a bump onto a teammate, unfortunately. And, well, an opportunity that looked golden will not fall, unfortunately. Good pass upfield, a great pass back. Unfortunately, the shot from El Moody not going to be powerful enough.
Yeah, he had an opportunity there, but it was such a tough angle for El Moody. He's facing the wrong direction, and he isn't exactly getting any forward movement towards the goal, so no power taken. But that's how it's been so far for Death Cloud Revolution. They have not, it's not been for a lack of chances this game. The difference is one team's scoring those chances, the other isn't, and that team right now is winning.
Yeah, I mean, 4-1, right? That is a dominant performance so far in this game number 1. And looking at these teams' records, it should be a lot closer than this, right? With Death Cloud Revolution at a 4-3 and 86. Wait, whoa! I'm looking at 86 Drift. That's so awkward. Oh, 86 Overdrive is still the same, 3-4. Right? You would expect a much closer game here. Will we be able to see that in game number 2? Sporty, what do you think?
We're going to see a lot in game number 2 here, but I don't expect, as I said before, and I think we all have said this as well, game 1 so often doesn't determine how a series plays out. Consider this more of a warm-up. Again, these teams haven't had a whole lot of time to practice, a whole lot of time to prepare. Good amount of teams today playing with substitutes, playing with non-normal rosters. I believe Death Cloud's one of those teams. So they're coming into this thing with a bit of an awkward roster and a situation where they're trying to get used to each other. They're going to consider this more of a warm-up game than anything else. I want to see how they play in games 2, 3, and 4. If they can adapt and if they can overcome, because if they can't win later in the series, even with a bad start, now you're in real trouble. Here, though, they've got a lot of series to play, and hopefully a lot of time to get used to each other.
Hopefully. I mean, now adaptation will play a part, right? 5-1, you don't want to see it. It hurts a little bit if you are Death Cloud Revolution. If you're 86 Overdrive, you are the happiest you can be, right? You're up 5-1 in game number 1. Now you got game number 2. I want to see how these teams adapt to each other. I mean, it's just been offense from 86 Overdrive, Deathcloud Revolution. How will you find your way into this game? How will you start your offense?
You said it as well. How do you get the offense started? And really, it's not even getting started. It's how do you end your offense? They missed so many of their chances in front of the goal. They had so many good ideas. I mean, you saw the passing from Deathcloud Revolution. They have the right idea. They just can't execute on it. And the problem is, no matter how good you are at setting up chances, if you can't score them, those chances even matter. So I gotta see them score here. We just didn't see enough scoring from Deathcloud Revolution. They've got everything right. They've got a lot of things going well for them. They couldn't score. I think if they scored a few times earlier, and they had a couple chances early in this game they could have taken the lead with, if they scored even one of those, I think we see a very different scoreline here, and I don't think we see 86 Overdrive get to this kind of momentous run that they have right now.
Which, it's kind of crazy. Deathcloud Revolution, more shots than 86 Overdrive. Yes, it might be by 2, but still, that's more shots. You don't typically see a person with more shots falling, especially by 4, right? I mean, that's just not something you see almost ever. But will we be able to see a little bit of a lock-in here from Deathcloud Revolution to bring it back and make it a 1-1 in the series? That's the question we're all looking to answer.
86 Overdrive. The strong start. They'll need to keep this going, though, and I mean, Deathcloud showed a lot of promise back in the last game. They should get a goal here. Al Moody to Levico, and just not on target. 86 Overdrive watching as Deathcloud crash the net. That could have been a whole lot worse for them. It was a bad first touch defensively. Let the ball waiting. I think for Deathcloud, one of the things that they're looking for right now is an early goal, is an early start. As mentioned, I don't know exactly. I know one of these teams is playing with a sub today. I know mostly. I think both these rosters are playing with subs in one form or another. I know one of these teams is playing with the late addition as well. So a lot of these teams really still trying to get used to each other. As that's gonna go in the net here for Squid. Was not a pretty play for 86 Overdrive. They got away with it the first time. They will not get away with it the second time. They're Kex looking at the shiny thing and watching now the ball go in his own net.
then wanted to watch the Dragons, it looks like. Hey, I do too. Also, can we talk about Forbidden Temple? What a great map. All right, that's me done.
Most caster thing to ever say ever. Every caster ever. Oh, I love this map.
Oh, exactly. I am one to point out the maps every single time. Good shot opportunity from Kins. Unfortunately, going to be a little bit off target and a little bit wide. Now, will Deathcloud Revolution be able to start a counterattack? The shot! It's going to be good from Squid. 2-0, 2 for himself. That's what you want to see with just 4 minutes left here.
I guess we should just start calling him by his full name of D Squid, because he is D Guy right now for Deathcloud Revolution. 2 goals in just about a minute's time. This is what we need to see from them. We need to see them finish their chances. They're doing it. And look, there's a huge difference right now. I can already feel the shift. El Mudini looking for Squid. Will not be on the net there, but Deathcloud Revolution right now feeding the hot hand. It's working. It's continuing to play well for them, and hey, if somebody can put the balls in the net, you're going to see 86 Overdrive struggle to find the same success they had last game. Because again, last game, really felt like momentum fell in their favor by the end of it. Without the momentum that's helping them here, you're seeing a much more stagnant role.
Couldn't agree anymore, but maybe an opportunity here. That one just going to bounce off the post. Zim going to try, not able to, unfortunately. Now it's just going to be El Mudini to the sidewall. Bang downfield. Will that be 3? Yes, it will be. I mean, you're leaving the net open here, 86 Overdrive. You gotta expect the bang downfield. We saw it once. Now we've seen it twice in the same game.
Yeah, you said it as well. We've seen it before. And again, I am right, by the way, about if Cloud Squid is a sub for this team. So the fact of the matter is, they're again, in a situation where they're just trying to get used to each other. They're just trying to adapt. For 86 Overdrive, again, their roster itself needing to get some time, but oh my goodness, it just gets worse. 4-0 here for both games so far. We have not had a very close battle, but Deathcloud Revolution, this is the exact response you have. Big dunk from Levico, and a 4-0 lead at this point. It feels like nothing can stop Deathcloud right now.
I mean, what a shot. What a shot there. Just a beauty of a dunk to get that double through. Now a good bang upfield. Will we see another one quick here? Still 3 minutes left on the clock, which is, I mean, I think insane to say when you're looking at the 4-0 scoreline. Good touch middle, maybe a shot opportunity, but just going to be a bang downfield. Now Kins will look for one, takes it to the ceiling, drop down for a teammate. There you go, 4-1. You see a little bit of pushback here on a great pass from Kins. A beautiful finish.
even though I've always mentioned EU being the kind of the scrappy region, in this kind of pace, just see people just step up. That is a step up right there. And a big one at that. I mean, this is a game for 86 Overdrive that has so far gone poorly for them. They're facing the hardship we mentioned before. Remember what I said about hardship?
Do I remember what you said about
Yeah,
hardship?
do you remember what I said? You know what, if you don't, I'll remind you. We need to see in-game leaders step up. This is where in-game leaders shine, is through hardship. So for 86 Overdrive, now the question is asked, who's their in-game leader? We need to see them show up. Is it Kex? Is it Ken's? I don't know, but wherever it is, this is where you need to play your best game.
I mean, I think that was a beautiful pass out of Kins. I just gotta say it again.
Oh, it was.
Great look to the ceiling, drop down for a teammate. I mean, you can't ask for anything better. Yeah, let's see who steps up. Still got 2 minutes left on the clock, right? This game isn't lost yet. 86 Overdrive. You gotta find something though, and quick. A good pass opportunity. Try to get it around one. Not gonna be able to though. Now Kins getting one here. Looks for it. Can't find it. Vico shot, almost a great redirect, but unfortunately a little bit too soft, if you will. I couldn't think of the right word here.
Yeah, I think Zemstal had just about everything covered there, but again, you still go for it because you know the first shot's not going in, and you're hoping that you'll get something better there. That actually was going towards the goal. Kens didn't like that opportunity for 86 Overdrive. He'll play it out to Kex. Get back by El Moody. Now Zemstalino off that side wall will be played upfield as Levico back in. Kex, very slow, will find Kens, and I would have liked to see a shot there. He'll jump in anyways. Now the net is covered. Infield pass, however, Zemstalino can't get there. 86 Overdrive still trying to find the pass outward. Levico will slow things down. Time ticking away for 86 Overdrive. Only one goal scored, and I feel like right now we're seeing them get a bit too complicated on offense. They're doing one extra touch, one extra play. I mean, that last offense, you saw them go for one extra pass in front of the net there from Ken's off the infield pass. I would have liked to see them shoot there. I think 86 Overdrive are just overcomplicating their offense, whereas in reality, they should be a little more willing to just take shots, because it can work.
Couldn't agree anymore. The more shots you put on, the more opportunities you have. And I mean, they were still good opportunities, right? You're just kind of throwing away a good option. And well, 30 seconds left on the clock. You don't have much to go for you. Unfortunately, no touch there. High in the sky. This one's gonna be, it's Kex, right? I just want to double check.
I believe that's how you pronounce it. I believe it's Kex.
Perfect. Okay, I just needed a little bit of a double check here. Now Levico down, gonna find Kex for one. 15 seconds left. And, well, this comeback looks to be impossible for the 86 Overdrive, unfortunately. But now we've seen two dominant games. Really matters who comes out on top in this game number 3.
Yeah, it really does. We've seen, as you said, we've seen both teams win now. We've seen both teams prove they can take over these matches with momentum. As that's going to hit the goal line there. A great block there for DefCloud, albeit completely unnecessary at this point in the game. But so yeah, we've seen both teams dominate. We've seen both teams win games. Now we need to see both these teams prove that they can be consistent. Consistency wins these matches. So far, we've seen what they can do. It's about now what they can do consistently and what they can do on average. Because you can have your great games, but it's really not going to be your great games that are going to win series. It's going to be what your baseline is. If you've got a good baseline, that's what wins series, because that's what wins the majority of your games.
Couldn't agree anymore. And one thing that I'm already seeing is so different from what we see in that NA playstyle. I'm not seeing any bumps. I'm not seeing any
EU's
demos.
pretty heavy with demos, though. I'm surprised we haven't seen any. I would agree with you.
Is it's heavy with demos?
EU's all about keeping pressure and having really good rotations. Demos are definitely a part of that for a lot of teams. I do agree. I do agree, though. EU just prefers to be really high in pressure and high in speed more than demos like NA, because NA is a little bit slower, so everybody's got a little bit more space, and they keep a little more space from each other, I think, in NA. But I'm surprised we haven't seen demos either. That feels like something that these teams could really use. Now, to be fair, if you haven't practiced demos all season, if you're not really a demo practicing team, now is not the time to start playing that playstyle. But if you have, this is where you do it. I am surprised we haven't seen demos, because you're right, they should be more frequent. And in a playstyle like this, where you're moving as fast as these players are, that could be the difference maker. That could be the pressure these teams need. But more importantly, just keeping momentum. It feels like these are two momentum-heavy teams. Two teams that need to get like a good start. First goal's going to matter. In that case, I really want to see who scores first. I agree demos are useful, but so far for the last two games, what's won it has been the first goal.
Couldn't agree anymore. And, I mean, we saw some great
Oh, by the way,
pressure
one of them heard you. By the way, there's already a demo this game inside the first, 5 seconds. So I think they're listening in on you.
They know that it's what I wanted to see, man. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. No, but you talked about it earlier with just how these teams want to hold pressure. We saw so much of it from 86 Overdrive, but they couldn't capitalize. They had pressure for almost a full minute. The boost deals were amazing, to say the least, but they just couldn't find their last shot through. So hopefully we'll see a little bit of a change on them in this game. And, well, 4 minutes and 15 seconds left and maybe an opportunity here. That's fake to round one. 86 Overdrive taking the lead with a 1-0 in game number 3.
Hex shrugs off Levico like it's nothing, and then he gets the fake on El Moody. That's the first goal, and if the last game's have proven anything, that goal will be the winning goal by the end of this game, it feels. Of course, we'll have to wait and see if it stays that way. For Death Cloud now, it's their chance to prove redemption. But you said as well, what's interesting about both these two games, we both have talked about both these teams separately, and yet we both agree on what's been the issue for both these teams. It has been that final shot. Now, it's a little different. For Game 1, 86 Overdrive just couldn't get a good final shot, and that they couldn't... Sorry, in Game 1 it was Death Cloud who couldn't put in a good final shot when they had shots. For 86, it was that they couldn't get a good final shot because they took too long to set up that shot. This game now is about decisiveness on offense. These players are... I don't know if they're feeling nervous, if they're trying to make things easier for themselves. The way that things are going, you're not going to get easy plays. These teams are making it pretty clear their defenses are very good and will hold you down if they've got a good lead. It's about getting quality efforts to beat them here. 86 who have got the first goal, but a one-goal lead may not last forever. Death Cloud Revolution, if their offense can stand tall, if their offense can find good efforts, if they can, unlike what they did in Game 1, actually finish their last shots thoroughly, they'll be right back in this game in no time, albeit right now they're under pressure. Levico almost put it in his own net. It will bounce off the post and wide. 3 minutes left. Death Cloud playing defense. But as you said, they've held well on boost. They've done really good and not getting onto low boost situations. Both these teams have done pretty good. Death Cloud especially on defense. But in terms of shots, not much to speak for on offense. They need to find something.
Yeah, not really much has happened this game. It's been kind of a stalemate in the midfield for most of it, of course, though we do obviously see times like this. Kin's a great save right in front of the net. You need this one out now. Not a ton of boost to go around for 86 here. You can find it out now in the blue half. Levico looks for one high. It's a little awk, and gonna be Zim gonna play that down off the back wall, trying for a teammate now. Kin's gonna get one, looks for middle, finds the touch, but El Mudini, he's there, ready to find the clear downfield. This one gonna be sent high to a teammate. Checks up, looks for the reset, finds it, looks for it around. Unfortunately, cannot find it though. I mean, some great defense coming out of Death Cloud Revolution. Definitely much better from what we saw in the first game, but it almost doesn't matter. That one just gonna be a little wide though from 86 here.
Yeah, it was, and 86 Overdrive have started to go into a different offense here. You're seeing more solo plays, you're seeing more individualized efforts. That's not a bad thing. I actually like that they're changing up their offense here a little bit, trying to see what works. The problem is, as you said, Death Cloud Revolution have had a very good defense. They seem to just know how to play that solo kind of game, and they are very happy to do it. And what's more important about the Jones is not only that they get them cleanly, and they always have a follow-up, but this is going to be tough. Bump in front! Kens gets it, and it's 2-0 for 86 Overdrive. All it took was a one-on-one play, and Kens knew where to go from there.
Even hit the emote afterwards. Watch this. Immediately on the nose of his car. That's beautiful. 2-0, 86 Overdrive in the lead. And this is right where you want to be. You got a minute 30 left. Death Cloud Revolution. You have a lot to battle through in this last minute and 30. The question is, will you be able to at least find one? Will you be able to hold some momentum going into this next game? Good pass middle, maybe a shot opportunity. They go for the pinch, and well, that's the second pinch I've seen them go for, and unfortunately, neither of them going to go in their favor.
Yeah, here's a shot, though, for El Moody, and I would have liked to see the play there end up a little bit better. Squid just didn't have the boost, albeit it was the right decision from El Moody, having a teammate that open. Death Cloud, though, it's not for a lack of effort. Their defense has been incredibly solid this game. This could be a whole lot worse as well than 2-0. The problem is they have 0 goals. They have not been able to make anything on offense, so... Well, unlike what we saw in Game 1, now they can't make something! Now they will! El Moody with 33 seconds to go. It's the first goal for Def Cloud, but I'm going to say it right now. Way too late to get a goal, to get your first goal. They needed to score a whole lot earlier. Now time's against them, and they don't exactly have a lot of chances left.
So there is still an opportunity. All right, you have one, maybe two more chances. Will you be able to spin them well, right? Good opportunity here, but Kex just in the net, able to find the bang downfield now. Left, gonna give one. Able to keep it close, try to play it downfield for a teammate, but Kins, he's there. Ready to shut that play down immediately. Now, Squid gonna play one high. It's just gonna be Kex up, looks for the touch, does find the first. 10 seconds left, and that opportunity looks to get shut down. Maybe your last one was already spent and you didn't even know it. Shot here, it's not gonna be good. They do manage to keep it up. Now we got a 0-second drill, but unfortunately, doesn't look like the teams have practiced that one too much. And Death Cloud Revolution fall in game number 3.
Yeah, it was too little, too late for them. Only 5 shots this game. The offense just couldn't produce. Compared to the 8 shots of 86 Overdrive, I'm surprised it was that close. I thought it was way more one-sided than that. It definitely felt that way with how 86 Overdrive were kind of carrying themselves into offense. They switched it up as well. They played a solo-placed offense. They played a one-on-one kind of game, and it worked very well for them. If I'm not wrong, Def Cloud scored first this game, right?
No.
They didn't score first? Oh, you're right. Def Cloud scored last this game. That's what I was about to say. They scored last this game. And it was too little, too late for them here. And what I think we saw here from Def Cloud was the fact that, again, was the momentum shifting away from them. This is clearly a very momentum-based series, and they don't have that momentum. It's going to be huge. Whatever team is the first one, if there's a first one, that can win after conceding the first goal with the momentum against them, because that's huge. And for 86 at this point, it would be huge if they get it here, because they're up 2-1. They could get match point. Things are in their favor. Things are looking good. But it can all change in an instant if Def Cloud plays well.
It can all change in an instant. Did you also get that server maintenance? Gosh, we love Rocket League, don't
maintenance. It happens. We'll get the lobby back up for everybody here as well. We'll reset the lobby.
I don't think I've had a stream in the past, like, minimum 3 months that I haven't gotten server maintenance.
Well, we're gonna reset the lobby here in a moment, if you can. Players back in here for game 4. Now, reminder, there are tactical timeouts used. As you said, if you were Def Cloud, you'd use it here. They didn't call for one, so Def Cloud choosing not to use one as well. I think a lot of teams here maybe don't know about them or don't care to use them. So, interesting choice for Def Cloud. I don't think it's necessarily a bad one. Things have been close. They know they can win it outright as well. Let's see. I mean, I'm excited to see how this goes. Def Cloud definitely aren't out of this. I mean, they've kept it close. Even with the games that they haven't started off well, they've kept it close. Just need to see more consistency out of their offense. I just think when they get off to a bad start, their offense just doesn't know how to respond.
Couldn't agree anymore. But I mean, hey, we still got game 4 here. All right,
Oh, yeah.
It's only a 2-1. Also, I am getting black screened every single time I try to join.
Oh, perfect. That's just amazing. Let's we'll have the players joined. They haven't.
They might be dealing with the same issue, unfortunately.
All right, let's quickly reset the lobby then, and we'll hopefully get this fixed up, ready to go. Game 4 momentarily here. Now I've made a new lobby. Now are you in it?
Bang! It worked. It worked.
All right, cool. It was a lobby. That's nice to hear. Well, we'll let the players join in just a moment. And
hopefully,
ready game 4. Hopefully,
absolutely.
Hopefully, hopefully they haven't joined the old lobby.
let's pray that didn't happen. Sporty, how do you think game number 4 is going to go?
One moment.
Oh, all good.
There we go. Now I'm back. How do you think game 4 is going to go? I want to see Def Cloud respond, and I want to see. I mean, well, I think it's likely going to be the same thing as we saw before. That first goal is up. Is going to be the one that can really take charge of the series. But again, I want to see that redemption. I don't know if it's going to be in game 4. I expect that we're going to see a game go into a redemption situation. I don't know who's going to go and take it. Someone's going to take it. I think whoever takes it is going to be the one that wins this series. So right now, let's see.
Let's see. 5 minutes on the clock. Here we are. Game number 4, Death Cloud Revolution. You want to win this one. You tie it up in the series if you do. 86 Overdrive. You win this one. You are on match point, and that's right where you want to be. I mean, you've got 3 chances at it as well. But I don't think Death Cloud Revolution will give it up that easy. Shot quick here. It's going to be Squid in net for the save. Now look to the 50 on Kins. Does find that. Can't really work this one downfield, unfortunately, in a double commit. Now the shot from Kex. That's going to be good. And 86 Overdrive finding the first. Will that be the mantra today? The first game or the first goal wins the game.
Who knows? What I will say, I do like Kenz's impression of a snake charmer there. Or I guess in this case, a squid charmer on the sidewalk going for a little dancing play. It somehow works. I don't know if I've seen something so ridiculous work so well here, but 86 Overdrive more than happy to take it. Now it's looking for 2-0. Kex is there, right from Zenstalino, and 86 Overdrive. Well, even with the longer than expected delay, they haven't slowed down here. Def Cloud Revolution really struggling to keep up, and now that 86 Overdrive look like a team that's finally got over that warm-up period, you're seeing what they can do, and I will be honest, if I'm Def Cloud, I'm very nervous.
I'm shaking in my boots a little bit, but it doesn't matter because they get one right back. 2-1, 4:17 left on the clock. Here is Squid able to find that one off of a great pass down. Well done, well done. Now we got a game on our hands, people.
I can't believe El Moody actually read that. That is, I mean, we're talking about the pace that these teams are going at. That is very tough to do. That is, he's got to make the decision quickly, and he's got to realize exactly what he's doing. Not only has he got to make that decision, he's got to know where that play is going. He just read it perfectly. That's the kind of stuff that always impresses me as well, when players can pre-jump like that, and they can recognize a play that early. You saw it there, and now here he goes again. Another pre-jump play. Reset from El Moody, and it's just under the bar, and kept up by Kenz. Will be Levico. In front as well, pitched back. El Moody, challenged by Kex. Levico. El Moody, pinched away, will be Squid to send it down the field, and 86 Overdrive looking for more. Levico. Def Cloud though, hold, and will not hold for long. Demo the midfield. It is going to find its way through to the orange half, but Def Cloud right now, still not in a great position. It's an inepted infield pass, but they're just not able to keep up so quickly. Play there. Not able to do enough, and you can tell what they're doing. The gears are turning in their head. They're trying to think creatively here. But in terms of speed, we're seeing an 86 Overdrive team that is definitely a lot faster right now. The speed has picked up from them. Def Cloud definitely struggling to keep up in terms of pace, in terms of play recognition. While they're winning these dunks in the midfield, they're doing great with that. Other than that, they're the slower team to most challenges, and that's really going to hurt them.
86 seemed to have kicked it into overdrive, if you will. Sorry, I had to.
I thought you were going to say that.
I had to. It was just there. You know what I mean? We're gonna go off back wall. Now the bang downfield. Kex gonna look to just control this one. That's all he needs to do. Just play his touches. But it doesn't matter because El Mudini, there he is, gonna show his face. Try to get a hand up. Oh, it's a little awkward. It's right in front of the net. A great save there. Might have to make another one. Yes, you will. Now the bang downfield will ring out. And, well, Def Cloud Revolution, you need to find something here that you have 2 minutes. The quicker you do it, the better. Unfortunate touch there. You looked for the pass. Couldn't really find much. Now Squid just going to play this one back in the corner. Look to take his time. Kex looks for it. Does find the bump. Now Kins going to take possession. Flick around one, though. Just into the back wall. Got opportunity here. And Squid, he's here once again with a bang downfield.
Offense continues onward here. It's a 1-goal difference for Def Cloud. You said it. Huge game here. This can even out the series after all the troubles that they've had so far. 1 goal can be the goal that gets them back in this thing. Right now, though, 86 looking for a little bit of insurance. Levico in the right spots. We'll pinch it back. It's Zenstalino. Kens with open space. Save. Follow in the net for Kex.
I mean, hat trick in game number 4, and you only have 3 goals on your team. Wow. Kex, good work. Well done. A 3 for him and a 3 for 86 Overdrive. And you still got 1:26 left on the clock. Def Cloud Revolution, you don't have many chances. And this one looks like it might just fly into your net. Oh no, that was almost bad. But a great save. He played it well. That's kind of what he had to do there. Shot from Kex a little bit wide. Maybe he's used all of his shooting accuracy this game, but it doesn't matter because Kins, he can do the same. And a 4-1 dominant game so far.
Yeah, 86 Overdrive, you said it, kicking it into another gear here. This is them just kind of in their feel-good stage. You can tell these players are finally... It's like everything clicked for them this game. They just know what they're doing. They can just feel it right now. Everything's working for them. DevCloud are struggling to keep up in terms of pace. This is the best that we've seen A6 Overdrive all day, all series here, and it's a good time for that too, because with this win, as long as things stay consistent, they're going to have triple match point. They're going to have 3 chances to go 1-0 up and have 2 chances, if needed, to go to the top 8, or actually top 16.
Yeah, and that's something you really want, right? Because Swiss, you never know who you're going to get matched up with. I mean, you can know if you want to go through and do all the calculations and whatnot, but it's difficult, right? You never know who you are going to play, and I think that's the hardest part about Swiss. You never know the play style that you want to go in with, right? But I guess we will see. I mean, still, DeathCloud Revolution, you have an opportunity. Will it be a tough fight to get back to win this series? Yes. But I think every Rocket League series is going to be a tough fight, no matter who you are up against. The 4-1 for 86 Overdrive. Well done in game number 4. Will they be able to close it out in 5, Sporty? What do you think?
With the way things are going, I just don't see that fight from DeathCloud Revolution. I don't see that comeback from them forming. Even in this game, it felt like they just couldn't keep up. Felt like 86 Overdrive were just that level above them here. So I want to say right now what I saw. No, I don't think I see DeathCloud Revolution recovering in game 5. But an early goal can fix that for them. We'll just have to wait and see, but right now, I didn't see it from them. I did not see the longevity that we need to see from a team like DeathCloud if they are to come back in the series.
I mean, it's a tough fight. All right, I've made that very apparent. Right now, you have to use your timeout. You have to use your timeout. Period. End of story. I don't care what you are thinking in your mind. You are now put on match point. You are backed into the corner. A timeout only helps right now. It calms the momentum down on the other team, and I mean, it just breaks down the other team, and without even having to play the game, right?
Yeah, it does. You said it as well. It can break down teams. It can turn matches around. The problem I have to ask is, do they even know how to use a timeouts? Because as I said, a lot of teams here don't know how to use them, don't know how to use them properly. And for those teams, actually, the better thing to do is to not use them, I think. Because you get in your own head and you do bad, and you don't necessarily operate them as you should. So, game 5 momentarily here. But I wonder if they don't know how to use a timeout more than anything else. So we'll go into game 5. But for 86, Overdrive, this is huge for them. Win, and you're 1-0, 2 chances to qualify. For DevCloud, a loss in this series, you now must win 2 straight to go to the final bracket. Not impossible. I mean, this is the nice thing about the bracket. It's a short one, meaning if you're going to come back, you don't need to. It's not a very long comeback. It would be a short one. It would only be 2 wins. Which, I mean, I say only 2 wins. It's still tough, but it's a comeback that we have seen plenty of times. And in fact, it happens. I would say about 50% of the time we see the teams go 0-1, come back and win out of Swiss. So it's absolutely possible. The problem is you don't want to be in that position. You don't want to have to win twice. So this is huge, and this is huge for 86 as well. You want that. Not only is it useful to obviously go out 2-0 and not have to worry about playing an extra match, seeding also matters. You get a better seed, and while seeding isn't going to be a big deal, everybody's going to go to the same part of the bracket from this portion, and they're going to all go to lowers. It still matters. You get technically an easier matchup, and who doesn't like that? Who doesn't like an easier matchup in the first round of the lower brackets?
Yeah, right. I mean, coming from me, you definitely want an easier one, right? You don't want to see that Shopify rebellion, am I right?
Well, there isn't Shopify's not in this bracket, but
yeah.
There are some teams
I'm talking
waiting.
from my experiences here. You always want that easier matchup, but 4:20 on the clock in. Well, DeathCloud Revolution starting off with a little bit of pressure, right? We haven't seen this too much in the series. But it's definitely something that I enjoy to see, right? You want to see some pushback from the team that may not be doing as well as they would have hoped. Nice touch here from Squid. Gonna look for one, but it's just gonna be Kins up now. Levico gonna find one. An awkward bounce. Squid still able to get there in time though. Maybe a shot opportunity, but Kins able to find the clear now. Squid still looking to keep it in this orange half. Does it for a moment. X there next, and now it's a little awkward. 86 Overdrive looking to find that counterattack.
One of the best things about 86 Overdrive is the intelligence of these players defensively. You're seeing a lot of heavy touches from them. The difference, though, and the reason why they are willing to do this, every heavy touch has a player in mind, has an option they want to go for, and now you're seeing those options show up. It's Ken's with that first goal again. With all of this, it's a great pass, really, from Kex to Ken's, but what really makes this is that midfield positioning from them. Every clear they had, it was intended for a player. It was intended for someone else on this team to follow. They're not just clearing it to clear it, they're clearing it to find each other and to find quick outplays. I love that. You don't see that very often at this rank level, but it absolutely is something that high-level teams will do.
And I couldn't agree anymore. I mean, just the way they are playing is phenomenal, right? I mean, I don't need to go into it all. You've done that work for me, so thank you. But I would love to see them continue this through the Swiss. And I mean, if they keep this up, they might just advance 2-0. Am I crazy for saying that?
No, I think the way they're playing right now is they're playing like a full team right now. And mind you, these teams are playing not necessarily with all their starting players. So they're playing here with a roster that they maybe weren't exactly expected to play with. And yet, as you said, they're playing like a full team. They're working like a team. Tournaments are won by the best teams, not the best players. We've seen that so often here in Royalty Series where solid players don't have solid teams. That, though, is a bit of a breakdown for 86 Overdrive, the first of the game, and it'll be El Moody on the goal. Squid doing a great job at recognizing that 86 had overstayed their welcome. He finds the pass, tie game at 1, and that's how quickly things can change if Def Cloud are ready to do this.
I love the trust there from El Moody. I love the trust there. You just jump and you know your teammate's just going to slam it right into you. Beautiful. Good work. And, well, I mean, you've played all season long with them. You typically, right? If we're playing with all of our starting players, though. I think you pointed out that we
neither of these teams are.
Yeah,
Squid is a sub for them, but in theory, they would know Squid at least a little bit.
Yeah. But 2:13 left. We see the tied ball game here. Right, I'm ready to see how the rest of this match plays out. A great bench there. No shot, though. I mean, it's just going to be cleared away quite effortlessly almost. But the bang downfield from Squid, just going to be Zimstalino. Going to be able to find one now. This one into the back wall, into the corner. Kins able to continue on it. Looks for the 50, does find it. It's sent high. Levico, a little bit too slow to play on that, unfortunately, in Kex. You don't want to see him with a free ball, but here we go. El Moody able to get up for the challenge.
Yeah, look at this from Levico. Oh, is that in? Oh, Levico! Incredible! That is insane! A musty flick over 100 kilometers an hour. And Zemzalino, you know what's the crazy part? He's not even in a bad position there. You just can't play for that.
I mean, what is that Musty? I think Musty himself can't even get one that good. Beautiful shot there. And well done. 2-1 in game number 5. This is what you need to see if you are Death Cloud Revolution. You need to see one of the players step up, right? You gotta see something to take this game off of 86 Overdrive's hands. But 110 still left here and plenty of opportunities for the orange side. Now a nice touch here. That one 50 to the sidewall. It's going to be Kins up for one. Able to find the drop down. This could be a little bit of an overcommit there from El Moody, but he manages to find the touch. And at the end of the day, that's all he needed.
I'm running out here for 86. They will play it unfailed. Look at the pass! Oh my! It's saved! It's followed! It's in the back of the net! 86 Overdrive. Even when the pressure goes high, they find each other and it just works.
I did not know there was a speed over Overdrive, but here they are. They have kicked it into whatever it is here. 2-2. 45 seconds on the clock. Will we see an overtime in a game 5? I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that. I might be calling it a little early. Shot from Kids. It's going to be saved downfield. Beautifully done. Now Levico able to find one. Oh, not much boost for the blue half here. Could be a little bit awkward. Levico able to find one. Now get two. Looks for it around. Can't do much. Kins into the corner. It's going to be Squid up. Does find one. It's into the corner. El Moody able to find. Levico's shot just a little bit wide. And that's an opportunity that you can't let go astray.
No, 86 Overdrive ran into each other in the net as well. That was an open net. Here goes Death Cloud, though. Down the field, the fake! Oh, what a play call! The fake for Al Moody! And here goes the Magician. Now you see him, now you don't, now you see him again. Up by 1, 6 seconds left.
6 seconds, and Death Cloud Revolution have secured the lead once again. Well done. Well done, but maybe an opportunity, Kex. You don't want him to have a free ball. Good jump from Squid, and that ball is down. What a game number 5, man.
Well, Death Cloud Revolution, that's the fight we needed to see from them. And this wasn't even a bad game for 86 Overdrive. You said it. They kicked into another gear. It was. I mean, we talked about them being in like 4th gear, 5th gear. They kicked into 86th gear there in that game, and Death Cloud was still able to slow them down, bring it back to a more normalized speed, and we've got Game 6 here in our first series of the night, and we're still going to be here for the run, that's for certain, but huge recovery here for Death Cloud. And what I will say, creativity-wise, much better. You saw a team inspired. Maybe they weren't feeling the pressure in this series, but you saw them inspired on offense. That was what I wanted to see from them, and you saw an inspired offense, a creative offense, an offense that wanted to get things going.
I couldn't agree anymore. Now, if I'm 86 here, I wouldn't mind throwing out a timeout. I wouldn't mind it at all.
Again, I don't know if they want to use one though. That's the problem.
Yeah. Fair. You just, I don't know. Timeout should be used to just cut the pressure or cut the momentum at the root, right? You want to get all of the momentum out of your team or out of the other team that you can, right? But 5 minutes on the clock, no timeouts used. We're on to game number 6. If Death Cloud Revolution wins this, we go to a game 7 in the first series of the night. 86 Overdrive win this. We are done and dusted for round 1. Shot here from Squid. It's not going to be good. Just floating right in front of the net. And, well, we still got almost the entire game to see who can take it here.
Right in front of the goal is very open right now from 86 Overdrive. We saw it last game where when they only have one player back, they leave the front of the net open. They do it again. Al Moody sneaks it in, and he was a huge player early part of the series. He fell a bit quiet in the last couple of games, but he's back when his team needed him most. 86 Overdrive struggling when they push 2 players up to not leave the front of their net open. They've done it a couple times. You're seeing Death Cloud. When they can jump in the midfield, that opens up a whole lot of room behind that second player, and Death Cloud's done a great job at not only getting that room, but actually executing on it. Because there's still a guy back, there's still a defender, there's still someone playing the net. You're not guaranteed a goal in that position, but they've done a great job at executing it. And now they're forcing 86 Overdrive to reconsider how aggressive they can really play.
From what I've seen out of 86 Overdrive, the defense has just, it's rough, right? It was on such a high standard in the first few games, and we're not really seeing that here. Though that's not to say that Death Cloud Revolution isn't playing phenomenally on offense right now, because they are, right?
Yeah.
You talked about it a moment ago. It is completely different, but it doesn't matter. Kins, here he is, gonna show up in game number 6. 1-1, 3:39 left on the clock.
It is, and I was going to add as well, I think this is more of a Death Cloud Revolution just, accelerating their play, advancing their play more than 86 getting caught defensively. I think they have to change their defense now that they have been caught. That would be a mistake, but I don't think their defense has really changed all too much, but Death Cloud Revolution have, and they are definitely making things tough. Tie game, though. We have seen a whole lot more comebacks now from at this point in the series. I mean, Game 5 had plenty of back-and-forth battles. Death Cloud will keep moving, though, and look at this from Squid. He's got space up for the pass. No one there to leave it, and it will be Zemstolino looking for Kex, and 2-1. 86 Overdrive. Once they get in that position, you just can't stop them. This team, they love their passes, and for Death Cloud Revolution, they know that. They can't block it, though. That's how good the passing is.
It is beautiful. I mean, you look at literally any rank lower, we're not seeing these passes come out, right? This is great stuff that we're getting to witness from both sides here. A good 50 right in front of the net. Not right in front of the net. Let me lock in. 3 minutes left and a 2-1 up for 86 Overdrive. Will we see something from Death Cloud Revolution? We might hear Levico, gonna look for it, but it's just gonna be Zimstalino up now, getting it around 2. Could be a little bit awkward. It's gonna be Squid last back. Kex double, not online. Touch here, sent to the sidewall now. Bang downfield from El Moody. Gonna be Kins. Gonna take it over, does find the 50. 1 cent high, Zimstalino up, double offline. Once again, man, you've gotten 2 opportunities for him. You gotta secure 1.
Those are some tough shots, though. I don't exactly expect players to score that, and yet you say it. Those goals can be huge, huge difference makers here for 86 Overdrive. They're not safe with a 1-goal lead. I mean, we saw it last game. They're definitely not safe with a lead this small, and yet these are some small margins they've got to break through. They're still on offense, though, and they can make something happen. Will be cleared back, though. Death Cloud, look at this from Levico. Oh, what a pass! It will not be good enough for Squid to jump on it. Zemstalino to Kex. Kex to the corner. Oh, Levico getting shaken out right now. That's going to slow down the offense of Death Cloud Revolution. Still they can shoot. Squid. Kex is waiting. He'll take the corner as well. Chased down by a Death Cloud player. Levico to El Moody. Death Cloud on the race. That's El Moody. Looking for the pass. Zemstalino reads it perfectly. And 90 seconds to go. Death Cloud Revolution fighting to stay in round 1. Fighting to go to game 7. The battle isn't won or lost just yet. It's still here, but time is waning.
Time is going quick. Time is not your friend here. It is your greatest enemy. Now, touch into the corner. It's a little awkward. El Moody can't continue. Good 50 there from Levico. Now El Moody going to be able to play 1. Kins into the corner. Look for 1 from Levico, but nothing there. Kins, beautiful touch middle, and that's going to secure another one for Kex. Beauty of a shot to make that 3-1. Now a minute and 2 left on the clock. 31 seconds per goal. Death Cloud Revolution, do you have it in you?
Big miss as well. That really hurts. Even more knowing that it was very directly off of a whiff that just you can't have happen in these kind of situations. 86 Overdrive. Oh, they gave it up though! A terrible choice from Kex. El Moody will be more than happy to take it. He has scored the majority of the goals as of late for Death Cloud. Albeit this one was gifted to him. Kex, he could have scored there. He had such a good run-up to it. El Moody recognizing Kex left. What a terrible choice, and all of a sudden, Death Cloud are right back where they were moments ago.
You know that one hurts. That one hurts. Though it won't matter if Death Cloud Revolution can't find another, but they do! They do! It's 3-3 in game number 6. Just 46 seconds left. The next goal could be the one to see how the series will play. Will we go to a game 7 or are we done in game 6? 46 seconds left.
1 goal can settle the fate here of 86 Overdrive. Death Cloud Revolution holding on to life here. A 3-1 deficit in the series, now potential to go all the way to game 7 in front of their nets. Awkward space to be. 86 Overdrive will not be able to shoot through the smoke screen. They'll have the ball, however, and Zemstalino now looking to take down El Moody! It's Kex once more making amends for the past mistakes.
What a beautiful pass there, and Kex, he's a bottom right. There you go. 22 seconds left. Is it possible to see Death Cloud Revolution do it once again? They do it again! They do it again! The magician works his magic in a 4-4 with 20 seconds remaining. What is this round 1?
3 goals and 1 assist so far for El Moody. It is him versus 86 Overdrive right now. It's him versus the world, and somehow he is still kicking and still here. Levico taking it slow, will not get by 1. Time taking a wave out of game 6. El Moody, oh, it's off the back wall. Kens doesn't have it. Where's the shot? It's not taken. Kex will leave it back. Here goes El Moody, the scariest man on the field. Infield, shot! It's in! The magician!
What is going on, Sporty? 5-4, Death Cloud Revolution, here they are able to show up in game number 6, and still 2 seconds remaining. Don't call it over yet, because from what we've seen, it can still very well be a goal, but that one a fake and a beautiful game Death Cloud Revolution look to go to a game number 7.
Well, we've already started out going behind late on schedule. The matches clearly don't end early. Game 7. Here we come. Champions Field awaits, and El Moody, an MVP level performance and then some. 3 goals, 2 assists. Literally the key player and everything there for Death Cloud. Without him, they're not here in this tournament. With him, though, they seem to find different heights. If El Moody keeps this up, 86 Overdrive right now can't stop him right now. No matter what he does, he's a magician. He hides, and he somehow gets out of every trap. He's Houdini, literally. Any trap you put him, any sticky situation, he's still got a way to break free. He's still got a way to stand tall and finish his act. And in Game 6, I saw it. 2 seconds left for that last goal. We go to Game 7 here, and Death Cloud Revolution now, you have to think this is about the best they felt all series. A potential 3-game comeback. We rarely see teams come back from 3-1 down. Death Cloud Revolution could do it here in our first series of the night.
Which would be just unreal. That would be insane to say the least. And I mean, just what a game 6. What a game 6. What a series this has become. We go to Champions Field. Death Cloud Revolution able to fight their way through to a game number 7. Will they be able to continue it? 5 minutes on the clock. Only time will tell.
And only these players will tell, too. It's El Moody, who clearly is the standout player right now for Death Cloud. He's going to start that way. Oh, what a move. El Moody on no boost. He continues to amaze. He continues to stun. An 86 Overdrive can't stop him.
I mean, 5 seconds in, El Moody. What are we doing? It's working, man. I love to see it. Beautiful work so far. Will he be able to continue it? There is still, I mean, basically the entire game left, right? Only 15 seconds is gone. Squid gonna look for one, finds the bump instead. Now, Levico on, sent to the back wall. Gonna be Zimstalino. Able to find the clear. Now Kins, bang. El Moody. Able to find the catch. Gonna look for it around the first, does. Now keeps it close on ceiling. Looks for a 50, finds it down. Squid gonna be next to play on, finds 50, and well, not much boost back for Death Cloud Revolution. This could be a little bit scary here.
All they're looking for is a key 50-50 challenge. They can get close to the net, and they like to be close on the nets. Shot there! What a save on the goal line! It's Squid who got to that one. 86 Overdrive, they want to get really close to the Death Cloud net. A lot of the goals have been right in front of the net, right on the goal line, because they know if they're on the net, rotations of Death Cloud, not their strong suit. They do panic. 86 Overdrive knows that. Right now, what they're trying to do is increase the panic, increase the threatening plays. If they can get close to the goal, they've got Death Cloud exactly where they want them. Up the back wall, looking for the follow. It's Ken's. Squid got bumped. He will not have a clear here. Levico will pinch back. 86 Overdrive will go back to defense and try again.
This one just on back wall. Kex able to play one now. Gonna look to continue it. 30 boost in the tank. Not a ton to work with. Looks for bump. Not able to find it. Now Kins still able to send that one middle. Houdini, he is here and able to find the clear downfield and a great demo. Maybe a shot opportunity, but that one going to be saved out quite quickly. No, it was right in front of the net. Beautiful save. Now Kex going to be able to play one. Trying to get this around the Death Cloud Revolution members, but not going to be able to do so.
El Houdini to Levico for 2. This one to the crossbar. Kex was right on top of it, and he'll be demoed following that play. Death Cloud not looking at this. Pace slow down, and 86 low on boost. And, well, not low on time, but low on offense so far. Here goes the Squid off the back wall for Levico. No shot. El Houdini does jump for this. He'll win the challenge. That's a risky play, because 86 Overdrive can go back to the way. El Moody, what a great recognition there. Right back to Squid. Death Cloud as if nothing happened. Just a back pass, just the right decisions. Pinslow! Is that on target? It is! In the net! Zimstalino with credit, but 86 Overdrive combine forces to break through.
What? What? I mean, from what I've seen in this series, that's not at all what I was expecting, but fair enough.
I think we gotta start expecting the unexpected, because clearly, whatever we don't expect happens.
Yeah, right? Like, what is going on? We now see the tied ball game, just half of the game left. And, well, this is for all the marbles in round 1. Who will find the next goal? Houdini, he's up, just going to find that one with a 50-50 into the corner now. Levico Find one. It's a little awkward. Squid gonna wait on his touch. He does just that, and it works out wonders for him. Good touch here from Squid. Sent high. Kin's able to play now. Vico looks for 50. Finds it. Almudini, no boost. Looks for the redirect. It's another 50-50. And, well, both teams are playing them pretty well. Who will be able to find them better?
Yeah, speed's gonna be a key right now. That's off the bar. A great chance for Levico, and one that he will not take to the bank. A huge opportunity. I mean, that could be the game there. I mean, you don't get many chances, and you said it. This has been a low offense game in terms of low shots. A lot of pressure, but a lot of teams kind of waiting for the right opportunity. They're not willing to take risks. They're not willing to jump in and take over risks, I should say. They're waiting for something to break, and this could be it. Another chance. It's Ken's, and it's El Moody who cuts across off the corner for Kex. Cleared back by Squid. 1 minute to go. Ken's in field. Oh, 86 with the ball. It's Ken's. El Moody is up. Kex is there. He's got the play. He's got the space. He's got everybody waiting. That's in front of the goal. And you knew he wanted to find Zemstalino there. He was waiting right outside the box. He was in a perfect spot, but he just can't catch him there. Another play on field. Another play waiting for someone to take. 86 overdrive. Whiff on that play. And here goes El Moudini.
Shot opportunity. Oh my! What an angle! What an angle! I mean, he has earned the title of Houdini, if you will. What a beautiful shot! He is able to do everything that Death Cloud Revolution needs. And especially in Game 7, this is what you want here. Beautiful work. And the fake! Will it result in a goal? No! Oh my! No insurance for the Death Cloud Revolution. It's a little scary with an opportunity going from 86 overdrive, but 2-1, 20 seconds remaining. Oh, they both! Oh my goodness! What a bump, man!
Well, it's an open net miss that comes back to haunt Death Cloud Revolution. Chems, get out of my net! It's 86 overdrive time, and they're still here. 19 seconds. Overtime is looming. Off the kickoff. 86 will hold, and it is open. The Squid's gonna need to slow it down. Zemstalino to the corner. Up is Houdini. Now Zemstalino. Levico to clear. El Moudini's waiting. He cannot get to this play, though. Past the Kex. One last chance in regulation. Zemstalino! Oh, it was halfway in the net. It was on the goal line, and we have overtime. That chance is gone, and 86 overdrive are weeping.
An opportunity saved by the bell. Well done for Death Cloud Revolution, I guess. I mean, hey, you held on long enough. The shot was a little too low, and in the day, that's all you need right there. 2-2. The next goal will win the series. Golden goal overtime here, people. And bang downfield from Kex. It's a little awkward. El Moudini, no boost, and finding his teammate, unfortunately, but Vico still able to find it out. Good touch there from Kex. 50 here from El Moody. Maybe Kex with a great turn. El Moody, he's there though. Vico not able to find the shot. It's just going to be sitting there, and Kex able to play this, and now Kins trying to make the turn, does find it.
El Moody's got both goals right now for Death Cloud. He needs some support. He needs somebody else to be there for him. He's doing a whole lot of the work on offense, and unless someone can be there to help him add another threat to offense, he's just going to be stuffed like this consistently. 86 Overdrive a little bit more well-rounded in offense. You're seeing more players get involved. You're seeing more players take shots and more players get those goals. In terms of offense right now, it's El Moudini versus the 86 Overdrive offense. 1 minute already gone, an open backfield. Ken's the chase. El Moody gets there. It goes back the other way. Is there someone back? El Moody to the net. Hat-trick hero. Game 7 over.
Hat-trick hero Houdini. He's back here. 3-2. A minute 27 into overtime. And Death Cloud Revolution. What a phenomenal series. Oh my goodness.
And that's just round 1. Everybody watching. We still have 2 more rounds of this, so we're still here. They're still playing, but man, what an exhausting series. And unfortunately for these teams, that's not the end of their night. They've got a whole lot more action to play in. But That's not the right page. This is the right page. As you can see, Swiss still underway here. This is how this group is looking. This is the other group, if you're wondering, as well. This is Group A. We'll move to Group B momentarily here, but Group B itself has been quite the, well, what we just saw there, quite the group to watch. They still play, they're still here, and man, we still have a lot more matches to go through. They're still deciding who gets to play in the next round, but it's going to be an exhausting day for these teams. Long series like that can really hurt you in the long run, but at least for El Moody and for Death Cloud Revolution, it's worth it.
It is worth it. I mean, you've moved to that 1-0 round. Looking good for you. It's looking good. Question is, will you be able to continue that? Now, I just want to point something out. We are the only stream to go over 5 games.
Yeah, I told you, this was the best series of round 1. You had to believe me here. I knew what I was picking.
I did. I put full faith here.
By the way, not only the best series of this round, might be one of the best series I've ever streamed in like quite a long time. That was insane.
That was unreal, man. And well, just congratulations for Death Cloud Revolution. They move on, and well, that's what they needed, right? You battle back into a game 7. If you lose there, it hurts quite a lot, but they managed.
It does. Now, I think 86 Overdrive, they played well, though. I do not expect them to be slow here at any point. I expect them to battle back as well through lowers, but for us, we need a little bit of time to get things set up. Round 2 will be moments away here. We're going to take a break. When we come back, round 2, to see one team to qualify, one team to go to round 3. We'll be back soon. EU 3v3 action is not over just yet. It's only just started.